why you can't quit these bad habits in your life. From smoking, to drinking, to nicotine, to porn, to sex, all to social media, all of these bad habits, they've all been my vices throughout my life, in my life. You are not alone in this. So what actually changed from where those vices controlled me and I couldn't stop myself to those vices being removed from my life? And my answer is something society usually doesn't say and isn't actually talked about. I tried and tried and tried time and time again to remove those vices. They stayed. I would slip into it over and over again until eventually something just went boom, gone. Eventually, it just didn't match who I was. The problem isn't these vices, it's who you are within your energy, within your frequency, your identity, your beliefs about yourself. Drinking was honestly super easy for me. I'll give you a little background on my drinking. Senior year is probably when I drank the most in my life. When I was drinking and smoking and sex and just overconsumption of literally everything. Nicotine, social media, like literally everything. Abusing it, feeling like crap, knowing I shouldn't even be drinking. Like, I feel terrible. What am I doing? It's destroying my body. And still just repeating these habits over and over again. So what actually changed? How did I go from repeating all of these negative things that pulled me down to just easily removing them from my life? Like I said, frequency. I shifted where I was at within myself, and those things naturally removed themselves from my life. Sex, same thing. With any of this, it wasn't a goal. That is like a common thing I see, is people are like, oh, I'm this many days I haven't drank, this many days I haven't watched porn, this many days. Like, what are you tracking? You are hardwiring yourself to believe you have a problem when you say it like that. But for me, it's like, I just don't drink. I just don't smoke. I don't watch porn. I don't have sex with someone that isn't truly aligned with me to that godlike level. The reality is, the harsh truth for you is, you're just not ready, my friend. If you were ready, you would remove these things. You wouldn't be repeating these habits. Apparently, it isn't painful enough yet. Apparently, you don't see clearly enough the impact it has on your life and whether it needs to be removed or not. There's not a big enough pain point yet. There's not a big enough why yet. There's not a deep enough charge from the pain or the why to actually cultivate and create a change within your life. You're too comfortable. Like, that's the thing I see is like, and I don't even get mad at people when I see them repeating these habits, and I don't even try to force them to change. I just see they are comfortable. There's not enough pain, there's not enough charge behind it to actually make this change in their life. And that's okay. It's on your timeline. Whenever you're ready to remove these things from your life, you'll just show up. Whenever you actually want this thing bad enough, you'll just show up. Like, stop getting so mad at yourself. That's one thing I honestly stopped, and it's kind of crazy. The craziest part about all of these habits, right before I quit them, I lost the extreme attachment to them. Right before I quit alcohol, I drank alcohol and I had so much fun. I allowed myself to just dive in and not even like stress over it. Remove like this charge and pressure I put on it, this attachment to it, and I released that, and then boom, I was free of it. I was free of the vice. Porn. I allowed myself to just be fully present in that and just cultivate as much sexual charge and energy as I could and fully sink into it. And from that, boom, this attachment was released from it. There goes the vice. Sex. I hooked up with someone that I knew I wasn't going to build a relationship with. Allowed myself to fully dive into it, fully consume myself in it, fully build up that charge. Boom. Attachment was released from hookups, from that sexual oomph, from needing to take all this sexual energy and put it into having sex with someone else. But do you see that cycle, that pattern, that change? I stopped destroying myself over the thing, because what you have to understand is when you beat yourself up into the ground over these things, you're still putting all of your time, energy, and attention onto them. You're still like this with it. You need to let go. And from there, it just becomes easy. It's not even a question. You will watch these things, these habits. This goes with people too. It's the same cycle. If you release these attachments with these people, if there's this person that doesn't serve you in your life right now, there's this relationship that doesn't serve you in your life right now, release the attachment and the such a strong charge and energy bond to it. Allow it to be, allow that person to be, and watch it just slowly disappear from your life. It won't even be like, it'll just be like kind of like that. You'll just notice like, oh, this person's kind of out of my life now. They just don't appear in my physical reality as much. They're just like, it's so interesting when that happens within relationships. And you'll also see with vices, when I released that, I naturally found the opportunities to drink or smoke or these little things, like they didn't arrive as much. I naturally found I wasn't in that environment as much. If you are in the environment and these vices come up, there's temptation, whether it's drinking, smoking, so your friends are smoking, your friends are drinking, you're out at a bar, there's hot girls that you find extremely attractive and you want to sleep with. Like, there is going to be these moments where these things pop up. But when we lose sight and we go weak is when our energy, our frequency sinks back down. Think about this. Anytime you've watched porn is when you are at a state down here. Not when you're up here, you were high rolling, you were feeling good, you were dialed in, you were fully present in your life. No, it's always when you come down here. I've even found when I was still diving into porn and, you know, going weak to that vice, is I would not watch porn until I got sick. And as soon as I got sick, I would be like, why am I so horny? Like, why do I want to watch porn so bad? It wasn't when I was up here feeling good, living my day-to-day life, but it was when I got sick and I felt myself coming down here. So be aware of that. And the best thing you can do with all of this is to be present with it. It's the same thing I talk about all the time, is to be present. When you allow yourself to sink back in, here and now, you're not worried about this mistake you made yesterday where you fell back into your vice. You're not worried about that stuff. You're not worried about the future, but you're actually here. in this place, I need nothing. When you slow down, when that temptation arises, and you don't allow your lower head to pull you off this way, and you sink and you slow back down, and you stand there, and you sit with all of it. You sit with all of it. You don't allow this energy to run you here and there and here and there and here and there. You sit with it and you allow it to be what it is, and you get real comfortable with it. You don't get attached to it. You don't get attached to these thoughts, these lustful thoughts that pop up. No. Detach from them and watch what happens. When it is your time, it will be your time. When will that time be for you? That's kind of up to you and God to decide. You know, it's such a interesting thing. Because really, I've found, like, I used to just beat myself up over these things so bad. And they would make me feel really, really, really bad. And now I kind of just let them be more than anything. And I also see now that these vices, that misaligned action, for me, a framework I like to use is like, what would Jesus do? If I'm not showing up in that energy and my actions don't align with that, the amount of stress I feel is so much greater than just actually doing the thing. You would be amazed. Like, I had this thought, because I'm someone who likes late nights and I like sleeping in. So I like being up late at night because it's the most clear time of the day for me. I feel the sharpest. There's no distractions. My connection with God feels so clear. And I've honestly just let it go for a while now, because it's like, all right, I'm going to stay up however late it feels right. And I'm going to get my 8 hours, and I'm going to wake up, and I'm still going to sleep the same amount, going to be up the same amount as everyone else. And now I've found myself slowly, what feels like, shifting out of that. And I kind of knew, it's an interesting thing. When I was doing it, I knew I wouldn't be doing this forever. But it felt like the season I was in was a season I had to go through. Not because I was lazy, because almost, for the sleeping example, I needed those late nights by myself. I needed to just sit in silence for 4 hours at night and just have no one talk to me, not have to worry about anything, so I could just talk to God, so I could just cry, so I could just feel all of these emotions, so I could just process and write and create without distraction. And now it's interesting. I woke up today after staying up really late and sleeping in and thinking, like, yeah, I think I'm done with that. So, like, I still want, like, some nighttime to myself to wind down, because that's, like, really big me time. But I got up and I wasn't even, like, super mad about it. I walked outside, did my meditation, did about a 20-minute breath work, did some writing in the sun, laid down on the ground for a bit. And I wasn't even super upset. I was more so just like, yeah, I think that season's over. I don't do that anymore. It's out of alignment with me now. And I'm sure there's going to be nights where I want to stay up and I want to do all these things, or there's mornings where that alarm goes off and I don't want to get up. And that's fine. It's fine to feel that way. It doesn't mean you have to cave into though and play into your thoughts and allow your emotions to dictate and lead your life, no, that's just not what I do. It's not like a question. Like, I can have the thought, but it's just not what I do. So there it is. That's my perspective on quitting vices, how I've quit weed, how I've quit alcohol, how I've quit nicotine, how I've quit porn, how I've quit overindulging in sex. Remove the attachment, focus on your energy, focus on like how you feel, and watch all of that stuff. You kind of naturally rise above it. There will still be temptation, absolutely. But will you be able to sit still and be present with those feelings, with that temptation, and watch it pass? Or are you going to get pulled off your path with it? In times of question, if you need a hard guideline, I don't care if you're Christian or not. I don't even follow a set religion as of now, but my belief in times of question in my day-to-day life is, what would Jesus do? Ask yourself that, and there will be your answer for how you should show up in this moment. I love you. You are loved all the time. You are never alone. You got this. When it is your time to release those things, you will rise above and you will shine and shine and shine and shine. Give yourself that grace. Allow that day to be today, because why not?